I've worked for House of Fraser for almost 22 years in the Nottingham store. In this time, I've undertaken different projects for the company, including a hothousing project in Birmingham, training and recruitment in Belfast, and a store manager secondment position at our Lincoln store. I have gone through several restructures, and the most major one was just under a year ago when the role of sales manager was removed and the service manager role was introduced. I had to reapply for the new role, which was very challenging. As it was internal, I did have to have an interview, but didn't have to produce a CV. So following the CVA last year and the subsequent administration prior to being purchased by Sports Direct, the Nottingham store was sadly one of the Into stores which was initially due to close. This meant my role was at risk of redundancy, and I would have had to apply for a new role, consider my career options going forward, which was very tough and an unnerving time for myself and my colleagues. I was confident to put myself out there, but it was quite daunting at times, as times have changed dramatically on how organisations recruit since I applied for my job almost 22 years ago. So thanks to the retailTRUST, who many of my retail colleagues often use, I've been part of a new digital upskilling project. retailTRUST sourced experts to come in and deliver digital upskilling sessions, which were a massive help for myself, my colleagues and my team members as we live in a digital world where digital now influences every part of our lives. I was actually on holiday when the session was planned. However, I did go into work as I felt it would be beneficial to my future, which indeed it was. Picked up top tips, learnt do's and don'ts and best practice of how to use information when contacting potential employers, retailers, and also how to create my own personal brand. Ian, who presented the session, was very concise and clear and also gave me a step-by-step guide around using technology, which was needed for some of us. We learnt what the symbols meant, what sites to use for organisation tools, how to create PDFs, amongst other things, and also best practice for video calls when applying for new roles. I'm so pleased that some of my team members who don't actually use a computer now have the information they need to be more digital in the future. It has given them courage and motivation to venture online with confidence. All of this information was absolutely invaluable, especially at this time of feeling very vulnerable. It was announced last week that the Nottingham store will remain open, which is amazing, for the immediate future. So thank you. This is fantastic news for me and my colleagues. However, I feel that the digital upskilling session has taken away one of my barriers, and I'm now confident that I have a great and bright future ahead of me. So thank you to the retailTRUST and all of you tonight for listening to my story.